Could you pay me?
You serious? Pay for what, standing there?
What is up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the chronically charismatic Dr. Disaster. And, as a lot of you may recall, this past summer, Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, the developers of Borderlands, well, this CEO said it would be over 5 years before Borderlands 4 saw any big discounts. He also later on said that he thought that Borderlands 4 was worth $200.
You're full of shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, here we are, just a little over a month removed from the release of Borderlands 4, and the game has already seen a discount on its original $70 price tag of 20%. My guess is that this has something to do with this number right here. The Steam review score for Borderlands 4 is at just over 60%, which is actually up a few percentage points from when it first came out. It seems that Gearbox has a little something that they'd really like you to start gobbling down.
Noticinol is an FDA-approved drug that helps people afflicted by chronic noticing. It works by suppressing the part of your brain responsible for critical thinking so you can get back to living carefree.
Everybody complained about the way that Borderlands 4 was performing when it came out, to the point that sales were very muted on this thing. It really didn't help when we had videos like this one here coming out where Conan O'Brien was doing a review of this game and it crashed on him. And to make matters worse, Conan's handlers were playing it off as if he did something wrong. They were joking around as if Conan had done something to cause the game to crash, but really, gamers are pretty turned off at this sort of thing.
No, that's the left trigger. You could hold LB, which is the top thing there. Yeah, hold that. Wait, what?
We just went to...
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, the game? You crashed the game?
How? I crashed the game!
I've never seen this crash
This is
before.
fantastic.
I've never seen this crash.
I crashed the game. Sorry, Borderlands 4.
Oh, crap.
The thing is, it is not a good sign at all for a high-profile game made by a major AAA studio. A game like Borderlands 4, it is not good that they are already offering up a 20% discount a month after its release. That is a sure sign that sales are drying up, and considering how much money that Gearbox pumped into this game, this really comes off as pure desperation.
I'm on my knees in a $900 suit!
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure you check on that, and also, give me a follow over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1, and if you feel like supporting the channel and helping keep the lights on, consider becoming a member for as little as $5 per month. Anyways, let's take a look at how things are going for Borderlands 4. I am definitely not the only one out there who has noticed that this big discount has happened with Borderlands 4 only a month after release, despite all the big talk from Randy Pitchford. There are loads of headlines like this one all across the internet right now. This particular headline here comes from Games Radar, and we're going to read a little of what they have to say. The article reads, just over a month after launching, Borderlands 4 is on sale on Steam. While it might not be the deep discount Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford said you'd have to wait 5 years for, it's still one of your first chances to get the looter shooter for less on PC. Back in June, the Gearbox CEO responded to Borderlands 3 getting a huge 95% price cut after 5 years by stating it would take even longer for the 4th installment to follow suit. His claim included joining a subscription service such as Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Plus. Jump forward just 4 months and you can now save 20% on the cost price of Borderlands 4 on Valve's marketplace. It feels like, with the tone of the article here, that they are trying to soften the blow for Gearbox a bit. After all, this is a mainstream gaming outlet, and protecting their partners in the corporate gaming world is pretty much their job description, but there is no way to completely sugarcoat this. A discount this early is a really bad look. Keep in mind that this discount is apparently only for the PC, where the game is reportedly having its worst performance issues. This indicates that sales have really fallen off a cliff for the PC version of the game, but the article talks about the PC version and its performance, saying, to be fair, Pitchford made his claim before anyone saw what kind of performance problems would emerge. This price cut may at least partially stem from the slightly negative reception on PC, as players there are having a hard time jumping in with the Vault Hunters due to recurring hurdles, finding the game to be a stuttering mess in some instances. And you know what? I'm gonna call bullshit there. As the CEO of the company, Pitchford absolutely would have known that their game was still having problems on PC. Maybe he thought that they'd be able to fix it in time for the release, but I suspect that they were knee-deep in those problems and that he probably knew a long time ago that things were not going to be done in time, but I also suspect that they had a hard deadline release date for Borderlands 4, so they weren't allowed to push things back, mostly because parent company Take-Two wanted this game to release well before they put out GTA 6 next spring. But anyhow, reading on, Steam reviews are sitting at mixed, with over 34,000 submitted, not the most appealing bit of store page advertising for one of the biggest releases of the year on the largest marketplace for PC. Discounts help sweeten the deal a little for prospective customers, even more so when it's a 5th off mere weeks from launch. If your friends are already playing, you'll be getting it cheaper than them, making it worth a try, right? While this will possibly cause a bump in sales, addressing some of the bugs to retain the players who are booting it up is where true longevity lies. But who knows when Gearbox will get around to acquiring that particular loot. And that's the thing, for someone like me, when I see a discount like this after only a month of the game being out, that does the opposite of entice me, especially when you combine this with the review scores on Steam. This just screams, hey, we know our game is broken, but give us money anyway. But at the end of the day, as much as Gearbox seems to just want this problem to go away, the truth seems to be that they released a game that simply does not work for a lot of people, and offering a discount to draw people in is not the answer for how to fix the problem. All you've done with a discount like that is create more potential pissed off customers. Gearbox is going to have to pump more resources into actually fixing the game if they want this problem to go away. And considering their already steep costs and their comparatively poor sales, you can see why they are reticent about doing that. A few weeks ago, we talked about how this game had a launch that was roughly half as good as Borderlands 3 while costing twice as much money to make. This past summer, Randy Pitchford told us that Borderlands 4's development cost was a little over twice what Borderlands 3 cost to make. If you didn't know, Part 3 had a development cost of around $140 million. This has led to the understanding that Borderlands 4's development was about $300 million in total. Now, when you factor in a marketing spend of $100 million, which is pretty standard for a major release like this one, it wouldn't shock me if that number was actually more than that, but when you put all of that together, you're talking about $400 million that Gearbox has already plugged into this game. They have to make $400 million on it in order to break even. And now, the average sales price of the game is $70, and whenever any platform sells their game, whether it's on Steam or in a retail store like Walmart or Target, but whenever someone sells a copy, that someone takes about 25% of the sales. This means that Gearbox gets to take home $52.50 on average per copy, which means they make a little over $50 million for every million copies that they sell. This means that Borderlands 4 needs to sell almost 8 million copies at full price in order to break even. And unfortunately for Gearbox, they are only estimated to have sold between 3 or 4 million copies after a month. And unless there is a tremendous word of mouth going around about a game, which Borderlands does not have going for it, but unless there is a tremendous word of mouth, then the bulk of a game's sales usually happen in the first week or so after launch. This game, at the pace that it's going, could easily lose its company $100 million or even more. This is another studio which has waded into the culture war with shit like this during Pride Month, changing their logo on X to pander to the LGBT crowd. This is a company with a narrative director and writer who has been combative and talks shit about gamers. I think that the performance problems that the game is suffering from, along with the bad experience that a lot of people had with Borderlands 3, I think that that is costing them even more than this culture war stuff. But there are a bunch of us who, at one point, loved this franchise, but now, when they need us most, I am not willing to help them out and give them any sales because they have burned the bridges. They need every sale they can get at this point, but sadly, that no longer includes me as an option. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your contempt for Gearbox into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.